Hello and welcome to this video lesson on text types. This is step 1 in the video lesson and we will work on these things. And we'll talk about the two different text types, and the first one is argumentative essays. We're gonna look at an example essay. Then we're moving on to the expository essays and source use, and finally planning the expository essay. So here we go. There are many types of texts, but in the course English 5 and 6 that you're taking, you'll be working with two text types. It's the argumentative essay and the expository essay. And you may know them in Swedish as argumenterande och utredande text. So at the end of the course, you'll take two writing exams, one argumentative and one expository, and you'll need a passing grade on both to get a passing grade in the course. So because of that, we start early with text types and we work with this throughout the course. And this is the first time we're working with it, so we're going to do a brief comparison of the two types. Starting with the argumentative essay. The purpose here is to persuade, meaning that you're trying to make the reader agree with you and with your opinion on a topic. The tone is somewhat formal, but personal and subjective. And a writing tip, and by that I mean how you technically construct your sentences and the words that you choose. The tip is to use personal pronouns and make people a subject of your sentences. You might end up with something like this. I really enjoy mountain biking and you should try it if you like excitement. So the pronoun I, and then also you. And a suggestion and an opinion. And that was a brief intro to the argumentative essay. We're gonna look at the expository essay. The purpose here is to inform. So we're not trying to make anyone think anything. We're just informing. The tone here is still keeping it formal, but impersonal, also an objective. The writing tip is the opposite, really, for expository writing. It's to avoid personal pronouns and to make things the subject of your sentences. We're going to look at the example. It's the same information, but it's delivered somewhat differently. So it goes, mountain biking is a sport enjoyed by many people because of the excitement. And there are no personal pronouns here. In fact, the subject of the sentence, mountain biking, oh, there we go. Mountain biking is a noun, right? It's a thing. Because the difference here between this one and the other one is that this is in the active voice and this is in the passive voice. So that was our brief comparison. We're going to look in more depth at the argumentative essay. And if you've written one before in Swedish class, you're halfway there. They're pretty much the same. You should consider one thing though, in English 5 and 6, your essays, they don't have to be complicated. So if you keep it simple, personal, somewhat formal, and follow the structure that you are about to learn, you'll manage to write a good essay. And you probably already know the general layout of an essay, but please take a few minutes to refresh with the picture below. And now that you are done refreshing for the general essay outline, we're going to go over the specifics for the argumentative essay. And the first element that is required for the argumentative essay is a main idea. All essays have them, of course, but for the argumentative essay, it's going to be a personal opinion. Sometimes it's called a claim or thesis statement, and a smart place to put your personal opinion or main idea would be at the end of the first paragraph. So right about here. You then need 2 or 3 reasons why your idea is the right one. You place those, of course, here and here. And the last thing that you need is a concluding paragraph where you restate your main idea and finish with a memorable last sentence. So that would be the final last paragraph. Sometimes a counter argument may be used to further your point. So you can pause the clip here and have another look at the template to the right and think about places to put your counter argument. And when you plan the argumentative essay, you want to start by trying out your opinion or claim. So a possible opinion could be that smoking should be restricted to certain areas. So to check if there is an essay in that claim, you can ask yourself a why. Here's a possible answer. Well, firstly, smoking is very bad for your health. Furthermore, it's bad for your wallet. The money could be put to better use. Finally, smoking is dangerous for the people around you who are forced to inhale your fumes and your stinky smell in order to spend time with you. So here are 3 reasons why smoking should be restricted. So it's going to be possible to make an essay out of this, right? If you want to learn more about writing argumentative essays, you can pause this clip and have a look at this clip on the page. Or you save that for later. So we're going to have a look at really the same thing, but in the form of a how-to list. So, how to write an argumentative essay. Number 1, form an opinion of the topic. So if the topic is music, perhaps you feel that radio stations play too much music that uses bad language. And what you do when you have your opinion is that you write it down starting with any of these phrases. Right? I think that, I firmly believe that, or I am of the opinion that. I suggest out of these 3 that you pick the 3rd one because it's the most formal. The next step number 3, is to write an introductory paragraph that introduces the topic and ends with your opinion, the way you just phrased it. So, introductory paragraph and your opinion. For the body of the essay, you need 3 reasons why your opinion is correct. List your 3 reasons. Turn them into topic sentences, starting with any of these phrases. Firstly, first of all, secondly, furthermore, and lastly. And you put these paragraphs in the body of the essay, these 3. Okay. Number 6, the last step, is to write the concluding paragraph where you restate your main idea or your opinion. That's rewriting it with new words. You can also sum up your arguments in short, and then you finish with a memorable last sentence so that the reader will really remember you. The last thing that we're going to do together today, well, in this video lesson, it's part 1, is that you can have a look at the example essay for the argumentative essay. And this one has an analysis in the margin, so the different features of the essay are neatly pointed out to you. And that is it for part 1 on text types. I will see you in part 2.